Okay, so as promised, today is the day that I will be taking this guy out to the range to put about 1,000, not about, we're going to put 1,000 rounds through this bad boy. This is the MAC DS9. I took it apart just to show the inside, show this beautiful Cerakote job that I had done by New Finish Custom Coating here in Tampa, Florida. Did a really good job. And, you know, I called him up, or I texted him and told him I was going to do this, and he's a little nervous. He's hoping his work holds up. So I've already put 6,000 rounds through this gun prior to getting the Cerakote job. So this guy already has a ton of miles on him. But I wanted to, you know, when you Cerakote your gun, you're pretty much hitting the reset button. Now, when I got it back, I did run about like maybe 150 round, 3 boxes of ammo through it. I didn't have time that day, but you know, you can see a little bit of wear there, and I didn't clean it. I'm gonna clean it now real quick. I'm just gonna wipe it down and put some fresh oil on it, because today I will put 1,000 rounds through this guy, and I just wanted to show it off. Here's the barrel. This is after 6,000 rounds already through this guy. Still in great condition, still beautiful. Like, it's, I'm telling you, this is a phenomenal gun. They call them budget 1911s. This is not a budget 1911. It's an affordable 1911, and it's realistically the right price for these guns. $1,200 is the right price. You should. This gun shoots just as good as a $10,000 gun. I'm gonna say, you know, you're buying a name, you're buying an illusion, you're buying a dream. This guy right here, and also I'm gonna shoot a few rounds. I got the right optic now for my my Prodigy, so I'm gonna take him there too, because he's going back to the shop to get a fresh coat of paint, and I think I'm gonna do the frame also. I'm gonna do everything in brown and leave it the grip in black. I'm gonna take this sleeve off and put a new one, a black one that I have. It's gonna look really good with that brown and black. So yes, and you know, some people said that I compared this to the Romulus, and I cheated because I had to modify this. But the modifications I did to this were really for me, where I added the extended slide release, and I changed the recoil, the guide rod to something that's easier to take apart. So it's easier. So instead of having a little clip, I can just put a little paper clip in there, and it's easy to take it off. I can clean it. If I ever have to take it apart at the range, because I have a malfunction or whatever, this gun's empty. It's much easier to deal with that than some of these firearms have a two-piece guide rod. You gotta use an Allen key to take it apart, and you don't want to do that when you're in the field. You know, you just want to be able to pop it off, fix what's wrong with it, replace the spring if you need to, and then put it back together. 2 seconds. Yeah. So I will have them up against the Romulus. I'm going to do some more footage, but now they are both rocking the same optic. Let's get that right there. Same optic. So there will not be a problem. I was having a problem with the optic that I had on here last time, and everybody was liking the Romulus better, but this time it's going to be a fair fight, I think. And the portholes, well, all I can say is that the Romulus is ported also. Couldn't get this little guy ported. It only comes, it doesn't come ported, so that's aftermarket. These window cuts, just for aesthetic. You know, it's for me, not for the gun. It does nothing to the gun. It doesn't improve the gun or anything. It's just something that looks nice. Yeah, I guess it cools it off quicker. Helps it cool off. Yeah. So I'm gonna have footage of the range and all the fun we had. All right, so here we are, range footage, MAC DS9, 4 1/4. Let's go. Go.
Ready?
Yep.
Now with these, this puts us right at, that's it, this is 1,000. 2 more mags, let's go. Yes, right here, this is after 1,000 rounds. Look at that, show it off, show it off. Oh, that thing is burning. We wiped it down a couple times too to cool it off throughout the night, throughout while we were shooting around. So it's been wiped down a few times, but 1,000 rounds with no fucking anything, like nothing. I can edit that out. Check it out. It is hot too, you can't even touch this gun. Beautiful. How was that? It was fun.
Hey, what's going on? So I'm just getting back from the range where I took the MAC DS9, 4 1/4, put it through its paces, shot another 1,000 rounds after getting the fresh Cerakote job on it. Let's see how it worked out. I got some footage. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned. All right, so we got to have fun shooting it, and now comes the hard part, or the part that everybody hates, cleaning your gun. And these are the few things that I do to keep my guns clean and looking new and nice. A lot of people like to run their guns and let them get dirty, and I don't. The reason I have now 7,000 rounds as of today on this guy. 1,000 rounds I just put through her today, and as you can see, she is filthy. But the Cerakote job did so far look like it held on. So what I like to do is when I get home after shooting, I use this. This is hops number 9, and I spray the gun down. Now, if you have your own type of cleaner, you can use that. But I've been using hops for like 10, 15 years now, and it's always worked. It's to me, it's the best. So I have it in here in a little spray bottle. I just spray the gun down, and I just let it sit. Spray some in the barrel, and I just let it sit there. Let it get nice, and I just let it hang on there. And you can start seeing right away how it starts to move, get rid of some of that grime and gunpowder residue. You know, spray some on the lens of the optic of the lights. And then other tools I like to use, you know, you gotta have a brush to brush the gun. I use these tweezers to get into the hard. This was a pick that I cut the ends off, so it's good. It helps. It's plastic, so it's good for, you know, you won't scratch up the gun. So if you gotta push something. Another thing I used is I raided my wife's medicine cabinet, and or not medicine, but her makeup drawer, and I took these little Q-tip sponge, and I liked them, so I ended up buying a whole box of them. These you can get on Amazon. These are sponge. Instead of using cotton or anything, these are like little sponge materials, and they work great. They get into hard to reach places. They absorb a lot of grime and oil. You can get these on Amazon. And while I was in her makeup counter, I found some sponges that I like to use. So I took some sponges. I liked them, so I ended up buying a pack of those. These sponges work a lot better than these normal cotton. They come with your cleaning kit, normal cleaning kits. These things suck. Another thing I use is cuticles for your nails. These little guys right here, they got nice pointy tips, and you can really stab into this and get them into all the hard areas. And it's a soft metal, but it's still strong enough to hold up. And these are some of the tools I use. You gotta make sure you wear gloves. And I also have a bore snake for cleaning the barrel. Very important to have a bore snake. Just stick the one end in. After you take the barrel off, stick the one end in and pull it through, and it gets it nice and clean. That's one of the last steps I do, but I let the barrel soak with the hops for a little while. And then the lube that I use is this lube called Radical Lube. It's a CLP gun oil. And I've been using this for like the last 5 years, and it is great. It does everything. It's a clean lubricant, and it preserves. So when I have a gun that's going to be sitting in my safe, or if I'm putting it away for a while, I'll spray this on all over the outside of the gun and the inside, wipe it down a little bit, and then put it away like that. That way I know that if I come back 5 years later, there'll still be oil on that gun. That gun will still be nice and clean. Cause I keep everything in a nice stored box if it's not on my wall. Most of the guns that are on my wall are the guns that I'm using. The ones that I'm not using, I put away in storage. And yeah, so this is the stuff I do. I spray it down. Let it soak for a little while. And I'll put my gloves on now, and I'll start to clean. So after just a few minutes of letting the hops number 9 sit on the gun, I wiped it down real quick, and look how much better it looks already. And this is just a quick wipe down with a dirty rag. I haven't really got into it yet. Like I said, the gun's still together. I just sprayed it down real quick, and yep, sprayed it down. Check it. I haven't even taken it apart yet to get in there and see what it looks like on the inside, but it's gonna look just as clean, I can imagine. Done this a million times. This is my little way of keeping my guns in tip-top shape, keeping them clean, keeping them always ready to go, always ready. You know, you gotta clean your guns. I know it sucks. Everybody hates it, but it is important. Especially after shooting 1,000 rounds through it. You leave all that grime on there, and you put the gun away. You come back a week later, a month, a few days later, and that stuff, it eats into the metal, it eats into the gun, and it does real damage to the gun. And plus, in the inside also, it messes up your guns. So a lot of people like to say, "Oh, I shoot all these rounds and I never clean the gun." You don't follow that practice. I believe you should clean your gun every time. I clean my carry gun. I clean it every other day. You know, it gets a lot of lint in it from where it's positioned on my body, sweat, all that. So every 3 days, 4 days top, I take it off. I pop out the round, and I give it a really good cleaning. I take it completely apart, and I wipe it down. And I put some fresh oil on it. I get rid of all that dirt and grime and dust that builds up inside of it. And that's how you know that your gun will always work. Keeping it clean. That's a very important step to take. All right, so I got my gloves on. Let's get in here and see what we're working with. All right, so to take your 1911, I'm gonna kind of do this off camera, so no problems. Pop out the pin. Remove the slide. Spray this guy down. Look at the inside. Oh. 1,000 rounds today. And I'm telling you, it looks good. After 1,000 rounds, it looks good. It's dirty, it's oily, but I did spray it down with the hops. So I will spray it down some more out here. There we go. We'll let that sit. Let's remove guide rod. There we go. Spray that in there too. Let that sit. Barrel. Look at the barrel. Good condition. Can't tell. 7,000 rounds as of today through this guy. And it looks great. Nice. Really cool. So we spray it down. And then I take my little brush and I brush it up, brush it in there. Now sometimes I'll tape my optic, but I'm gonna clean all that, so I'm not worried about it right now. But sometimes, a lot of times, I'll clean my I'll put tape around my optic to keep all this stuff from getting on it also, because the optics can be really hard to clean. So that's up to you if you want to do that. I suggest it. I didn't do it this time, but I most of the time do that, and then I'll come back and I'll still clean the optic. But yeah, so we'll let that sit for a minute, and I'll go ahead and brush this guy down really good. So when we were shooting today, after a while, this pin did come out, so I got to remember now to tighten this pin. It came off, and luckily I saw it. There we go. So I will tighten. I'm probably gonna the inside's still there, so make it nice and tight. Tighten the other side as well. Well, this side was real loose. Nice and tight. There we go. I'll check the weight on it in a little bit and see. I have something to tell me how many pounds of pressure. But I'll probably end up taking these pins out and cleaning them and putting some blue Loctite on it. I guess when it came back from getting Cerakoted, he broke the initial Loctite that I had on it. So now I have to I forgot to do that. You know, I'll go ahead and brush the outside of my barrel. Try to get in here too. Clean out this nice little chunk port. There we go. These brushes are cheap. Everything I have you can get on Amazon. You know, the makeup sponges. These are the sponges that I use. These guys right here, they come. They're easy. You know, they're little square. I keep one oiled up all the time. And this is just saturated in a Radical Lube or any kind of lube that you want to use. I have it saturated there, and it's just easy to pass on the outside of the gun. And these little sponges are great. They really pick. I can just wipe the gun down with just the sponge alone, and you can really put some abuse to them, and they don't break apart like the cotton ones do. These things are phenomenal. Yeah, but this is like the last step. I wipe the gun down with a rag first to get most of the stuff off of it. Yeah, I use my tweezers and I get in there. Some tweezers. Always, these tweezers are perfect. If you don't have some little tweezers like these are great for putting on your screws and stuff, because you can, you know, they have a little the tip has like a little bent to it. But they're really a nice straight tip, and you can really get into places with this. And they hold small little tools, small little parts, screws, pins, nuts, bolts, all that stuff. You know, There we go. So I'll go ahead and spray a little more spray in here. Now that I got some of that excessive off. And for the slide, I will go ahead and use this dirty rag. I'm gonna use a rag, a rag that's a fresh rag that's more clean when I want to do the final. But so far, check it out. The Cerakote job held up. I'm gonna get all that grime out of there. So I gotta let this sit there for a little while. Brush it in. And when I'm done with this guy, it's gonna be brand new. I'm gonna check all the screws on all the pins, everything, on the optic, on everything, make sure everything's nice and tight. And then she goes on the wall. And she's good for the next time. I know next time when I grab her and I take it to the range, it'll be ready. If I have to grab this gun for any reason, it'll be ready. I don't have to worry about it going off. I put 1,000 rounds through it today. And if you saw the footage, not a single malfunction. Now, I did have to edit the video to make it shorter because we were there for an hour, a little over an hour. And to show 1,000 rounds, the video would have been much longer than it is now. It's probably already super long to begin with. But I really do appreciate you guys being on here and watching me. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to put some stuff out there that I feel is interesting. You might not, or you might also feel that same way. Please always comment. I appreciate everything you guys support and everything from all the viewers. And taking your time. You could have been watching anything else, but you're watching me here, and I really do appreciate that. So always appreciate it. Really. But yeah, look at that. It does not look bad. You know, all that paint's gonna come off. All the excess paint's gonna come off, but that's always gonna be a given. You know, that just shows that your gun is being used. But I'm not upset. You know, New Finish did a really good job on this gun. I gotta hand it down to him. Eric over there, Eric did a really good job. He's gonna be happy to know that his gun passed the test. 1,000 rounds. He said, "Oh, light colors are not good for that many rounds all at one time." Well, Eric, think you'll be happy with this? I am. All right, so it's been sitting for a little while now, and I'm gonna finish cleaning it off now. I'm gonna use my sponge to get up in here. Like I said, I use these tweezers. Thank you. If you're still on, I really appreciate it. Like, I know this video is kind of long. It could have been a lot longer. I'm gonna do some editing to make sure that it doesn't go too long. Like I said, I'm new to the YouTube thing. I'm never really made videos like this. Every time I've gone to the range, it's always been, you know, just a shoot and you know, competition and stuff like that. I've never filmed myself. I've never really cared to do this. But recently I just decided to start doing stuff like this, and I'm hoping that it inspires other people to also do the same and to get involved. I'm gonna use the bore snake now. This is real easy. Just slide it in here, and then you just push it through. You got to make sure that when you buy these, you buy it for the right caliber that you have. If you have a 9mm, if you have a 5.56, you got to make sure that you get the right size sink. And this just fishes through. That looks great inside there. Like the ramp. Another trick I do also is I will polish the feed ramp. It's been a while since I did it when I first got the gun, and I tend to do that all the time. I polish the ramp just to give it a better, to make it more, to allow the ammo to glide better in. But yeah, if you can see in there, it is very clean. Yep. Now try to clean out the port. Get all that hops out of there. Bam. So the barrel is done. I'm telling you, 7,000 rounds through this barrel, and I'm telling you, it looks great, phenomenal. It held up. This is an amazing. I can't state it enough. It's an amazing gun. It has been put through the test. If you purchase this firearm, you will be very happy. You can't go wrong. You will not be disappointed. I was looking online the other day, and they are sold out, unfortunately, right now. When I first got it a year ago, there was so many available, and I guess word is out on these Macs that they are legit. And now, good luck trying to find one. There's still a few out there, but hopefully they'll drop some more, because I will buy another one of these, because there's some new colors that I want to do, but I want to put them on a different gun. This is a very easy gun to take apart. Also, you can take everything out of the inside. Like if you had a Glock or a Smith & Wesson, it has so many little small pins. They're so hard to take off. With a 1911, you can break this gun down, take the everything off, pop out the mag weld, remove the sear springs, take off the firing pin, the hammer, everything, and get it real clean inside. Like, you know, if you had to, if you wanted to. It's not a hard gun to work with. That's what I liked about these 1911s. Like I you know, my dad, you know, shooting my dad's 1911 back in the days, but I didn't get this guy until 2025, and from, you know, my experience of taking guns apart, any other firearm, any other striker fire, hammer fired gun, they're not that easy. Like you have to send it to a gunsmith if you want to take. But this is the only gun that I feel that, you know, just a few minutes or maybe like an hour, you'll learn how to take this gun apart and put it back together. Like I'm talking about the bare bones, like take everything off. Yeah. But as you can see, it came out really clean. Yeah. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Leave me your comments. Any questions you guys have on anything, I will do my best to answer everything. Just go through the barrel, to the grip. One way. Trying to do this quick. I'm trying to hurry up and finish so that the video doesn't go too long, because I don't want to edit any of the cleaning part out. That way it's all in there. But yeah, look at this guy. 1,000 rounds today. Couldn't even tell. Looks like the day I picked it up. And this brag is dirty. I got a clean one right here that I'm gonna finish wiping it down with after but yeah, the color held up. All right, so now all that's left to do is to put it back together and put it on the wall. Again, thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate if you're still watching. It means a lot to me. And I'm gonna make more content like this. I have a few other firearms that I want to do some other stuff with and show it off. Oh, I forgot to show the oiling. So yeah, so I used a Radical Lube. Just spray a little bit here, there, and I spray some on the sponge. And then I just grab the sponge, wipe it all around, let it get in there. Now, I know it's a lot of oil. I'm gonna wipe it down. Believe it or not, it's a lot of oil. Yes, I don't cringe. Yeah, it's just so that it can get in everything. But I will wipe it down. Put some here, and then grab some on the barrel. I always put oil on my barrel. You know, everybody has their own way of doing stuff. This is how I do it. You know, I'm not saying it's the best, I'm not saying it's the worst, but it's the way I do it. It's the way it's been working for me for years. There, that's done. Wipe my hands down. Got some oil over here. And then I'll just lightly press on it. Let me get the cleaner rag. Lightly just press on the outside. I kind of leave what's on the inside. Let me make sure I get the rail on the inside. That's how I'm able to keep these guns running without any kind of a hiccup. Okay. Let's go ahead and just put it back together. Let's see if we can do this real quick. Guide rod. Put a little bit on the outside right here. And on the bar itself. Voila. Now we're finished.